To the Philippines now, and the first mass burial of bodies from the typhoon that ripped across that country. Tacloban City Hall posted a notice tonight saying the number of dead in that city alone is 4,000, and the UN says more than 11 million people are affected by the devastation. The CBC's Chris Brown is in the Philippines with more on the struggles for survival and the latest aid efforts. Chris.
Peter, when you're here, the destruction is so complete, it's hard to focus on anything else except for the chaos that's in front of you.
Almost a week after the storm surge inundated the city, the trucks carrying Tacloban's dead are still full.
It's very hard, very difficult. They're everywhere. Cadavers are everywhere.
Medical examiner Dr. Emmanuel Aranas has given up trying to identify people.
Just like in this place, I want to tell you again that we are told about more than 100, but now it's not. It's more than double. And we are not finished yet. There are more inside.
The misery is ingrained in the faces of those lucky enough to get a flight out. And at least now, the big U.S. and Australian transport planes are taking hundreds of homeless out by the hour. The weather is not giving anyone a break, though. Today, there was a torrential downpour.
Being here totally overwhelms the senses. There's a roar of the aircraft, the crush of so many people, washrooms that are totally unusable, and of course, lots of rain coming through the roof. And yet, for all that, the people in charge of this airport say the situation is slowly getting better.
The sounds of construction are one positive sign.
Other side, yeah.
Here, police are building a new command post to bolster the dicey security situation. Elsewhere, the priority is repairing roofs on homes that still have walls. Schoolteacher Sol Ahero is trying to rinse the muck out of her house.
Dito kami nanatili, dito na kami.
She survived by climbing up into a cavity in her ceiling as the storm surge flooded her home.
The important is we are alive.
She wouldn't admit to it on camera, but said her family has lived on groceries and supplies looted from other homes and businesses. It's the only way to survive, she told us. There are a lot of signs, though, for the missing. People are still hoping those bodies in the trucks aren't their loved ones, but that hope is now very faint.
We have seen a lot of international agencies setting up, but the basics like food, electricity, and gasoline, those all still seem like a long way off. Peter.
I bet they do. Thanks, Chris. Chris Brown in the Philippines. A couple of other notes in the aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan. The Canadian forces are looking into sending as many as 6 Griffin helicopters to help with relief efforts. Officials say teams on the ground are assessing the need for the choppers. And earlier this week, we told you about 4 Filipino Canadians from Montreal who were among the missing. The 2 couples were there helping to build a church. Well, good news. A son of one of the couples says he's received word that all 4 are safe.